Nursing research is best defined as studying about nurses, a systematic inquiry to develop knowledge in nursing, writing medical records, reading books. The correct answer is option B, a systematic inquiry to develop knowledge in nursing. Nursing research is a scientific process used to generate new knowledge to improve nursing practice. The main purpose of nursing research is to write reports to improve patient care, to get promotion, to earn money. The correct answer is option B, to improve patient care. The ultimate goal of nursing research is to enhance the quality of patient care and outcome. The first step in the research process is data collection, identify the research problem, hypothesis, formulation, analysis. The correct answer is option B, identifying the research problem. Every research begins by finding a clear and specific problem to study. The review of literature helps the researcher to avoid previous studies, understand what is already known, waste time, collect data directly. The correct answer is option B, understand what is already known. Review of literature provides background knowledge and help avoid duplication. Hypothesis means a state to be tested, a fact, a theory, a method. The correct answer is option A, state to be tested. A hypothesis predicts a possible relationship between two or more variables. Research design is a blueprint or plan of study, a random method, a data analysis, a literature review. The correct answer is option A, a blueprint or plan of study. Research design guides the researcher in collecting, measuring, and analyzing data. Population in research means a country's people, total set of individuals relevant to study, a few samples, a group of animals. The correct answer is option A, total set of individuals relevant to study. Population includes all individuals or elements that fit the criteria for inclusion in the study. Sampling means selecting a proportion of population, observing all people, writing notes, analyzing data. The correct answer is option A, selecting a portion of a population. Sampling helps collect data from a small group that represents the whole population. The smaller group selected from population is called universe, sample, variable, hypothesis. The correct answer is option B, sample. Sample is a small group selected from the population to draw conclusion. The main advantage of sampling is save times and money, increases workload, covers entire population, decreases accuracy. The correct answer is option A, save time and money. Sampling help researchers conduct studies faster and at lower cost. The data collected for the first time is called secondary data, primary data, field data, published data. The correct answer is option B, primary data. Primary data is directly collected by researcher for the specific study. The data collected from books or journals is called primary data, secondary data, field data, experimental data. The correct answer is option B, secondary data. Secondary data is information already collected by others and used for reference. Quantitative research deals with words and meanings, numbers and measurements, emotions, opinions only. The correct answer is option B, numbers and measurements. Quantitative research uses numerical data to analyze facts statistically. Qualitative data deals with feelings, opinions, and experiences, numbers, experiments only, calculations. The correct answer is option A, feelings, opinions, and experiences. Qualitative research explores meaning and experience through non-numerical data. A research tool means an instrument used to collect data, pen and paper, theory, hypothesis. The correct answer is option A, any instrument used to collect data. Tools like questionnaires, interviews, and checklists are used for collecting data. Reliability means consistency of a tool, validity, creativity, time management. The correct answer is option A, consistency of a tool. Reliability means that the tool gives the same result when used repeatedly under similar conditions. Validity means accuracy of measurement, time saving, popularity, simplicity. The correct answer is option A, accuracy of measurement. Validity shows how well a tool measures what it is meant to measure. A pilot study means a small trial run before main study, final study, data analysis, hypothesis testing. The correct answer is option A, small trial run before main study. A pilot study helps identify problems and improve methods before the main study. The section need for the study explains importance of conducting research, data collection, sampling result. The correct answer is option A, importance of conducting research. It justifies why the research is important and how it benefits practice. The purpose of data analysis is to make data meaningful and understandable, collect new data, create variables, write reports only. The correct answer is make data meaningful and understandable. Data analysis organizes and interprets data to draw conclusions. The process of coding means assigning symbols or numbers to data, writing essays, interviewing people, reviewing books. The correct answer is option A, assigning symbols or numbers to data. Coding helps in organizing, classifying data for analysis. In an experiment, the factor manipulated by the researcher is independent variable, dependent variable, extraneous variable, controlled variable. The correct answer is option independent variable. The independent variable is controlled by the researcher to study its effect. The variable that shows the result of the experiment is dependent variable, independent variable, control variable, constant variable. The correct answer is option A, dependent variable. The dependent variable show the outcome based on changes in independent variable. The most reliable data collection method is observation, questionnaire, interview, experiment. The correct answer is option B, experiment. Experimentation controls variables and gives reliable cause effect results. The final step in research process is data collection, report writing and dissemination, hypothesis testing, literature review. The correct answer is option B, reporting, writing and dissemination. The research report communicate findings and help apply them in practice. The main purpose of reviewing literature is to find gaps in existing studies, to collect data, to test a hypothesis, to interview people. The correct answer is to find gaps in existing studies. Reviewing literature helps the researcher identify what is already known and what still needs to be studied. The first stage of research report is called abstract, title page, introduction, acknowledgement. The correct answer is option B, title page. The title page includes the title of the research, author's name and institutional details. The brief summary of a research study is called conclusion, abstract, discussion, introduction. The correct answer is option B, abstract. The abstract provides a short overview of research purpose, methods and result. The chapter which presents the finding of studies, review of literature, research methodology, results and discussion, introduction. The correct answer is option C, results and discussion. This section shows the analyzed data and interprets its meaning. The part of the report that lists the sources referred by the researcher is abstract, bibliography or references, introduction, appendix. The correct answer is option bibliography or references. The bibliography lists all the books, journals and articles used in the study. The group that receives no treatment in experimental research is control group, experimental group, random group, subject group. The correct answer is option A, control group. The control group is used for comparison to check the effect of treatment. The group that receives the treatment in experimental research is control group, experimental group, random group, subject group. The correct answer is option B, experimental group. The experimental group is exposed to the independent variable or treatment. The term data means facts and figures collected for analysis, hypothesis, literature review, research title. The correct answer is option A, facts and figures collected for analysis. Data refers to the raw information gathered during research. The process of arranging data into tables is called coding, classification, tabulation, sampling, testing. The correct answer is option B, classification, tabulation. Tabulation helps organize data systematically for easy analysis. The middle value of a series of numbers is known as mean, median, mode, range. The correct answer is option B, median. The median gives the data into two equal halves. The most frequently occurring value in a data set is mean, mode, median, range. The correct answer is option B, mode. Mode represents the value that appears most often in data. The arithmetic average of a set of numbers is called median, mean, mode, range. The correct answer is option A, mean. The mean is obtained by dividing the sum of all values by the number of values. The difference between the highest and lowest values is called mean, mode, range, median. The correct answer is option C, range. Range shows the spread or variability of data. The main purpose of statistical analysis is to organize and interpret data, collect data, prepare literature, form hypothesis. The correct answer is option A, organize and interpret data. Statistics help summarize large data and make it understandable. The symbol R represent mean, correlation coefficient, range, median. The correct answer is option B, correlation coefficient. The correlation coefficient shows the relation between two variables. The positive correlation means when one increases, the other decreases. Both increase or decrease together. No relationship exists. Variables are opposite. The correct answer is option B, both increase or decrease together. Positive correlation indicates that both variables move in the same direction. Negative correlation means both increase together, both decrease together. When one increases, the other decreases. No relation. The correct answer is option C. When one increases, the other decreases. In a negative correlation, variables change in opposite direction. The best geographical presentation for frequency distribution is pie chart, histogram, line graph, scatter diagram. The correct answer is option B, histogram. Histogram represent frequency distribution using bars. A pie chart is used to represent parts of whole or percentage data times series data. Correlation distribution curve. The correct answer is option A, parts of a whole or percentage data. Pie chart shows proportional data in circular form. The most commonly used method for data collection in nursing research is interview, observation, questionnaire, case study. The correct answer is option C, questionnaire. Questionnaire are popular because they are simple, expensive and quick. Observation method is best used for studying behaviors and activities, opinions, attitudes, records. The correct answer is option A, behaviors and activities. Observation is used to directly study behavior in natural settings. The method of collecting information through personal conversation is interview, observation, survey, experiment. The correct answer is option A, interview. Interview helps gather in-depth data through face-to-face communication. The type of interview with fixed questions and limited answers is structured interview, unstructured interview, open interview, focus interview. The correct answer is option A, structured interview. Structured interview or use a fixed set of questions to maintain uniformity. The type of interview that allows free discussion is structured interview, unstructured interview, questionnaire, closed interview. The correct answer is option B, unstructured interview. Unstructured interview allows flexibility and detailed responses. The term research ethics means moral principles, guiding research, data collection methods, sampling process, hypothesis testing. The correct answer is option A, moral principles guiding research. Research ethics ensures honesty, confidentiality, and respect for participants. The first step in the research process is data collection, identify the problem, data analysis, literature review. The correct answer is option B, identifying the problem. Research begins by selecting and defining the problem to be studied. A statement that predicts the relation between variables is called objective, hypothesis, theory, assumption. The correct answer is option B, hypothesis. A hypothesis gives a tentative answer to a research problem that can be tested. A hypothesis that states there is no relation between variables is directional hypothesis, non-directional hypothesis, null hypothesis, simple hypothesis. The correct answer is option C, null hypothesis. A null hypothesis assumes no difference or relationship exists between variables. A hypothesis that predicts the direction of the relationship is directional hypothesis, non-directional hypothesis, null hypothesis, complex hypothesis. The correct answer is option A, directional hypothesis. A directional hypothesis specifies the expected direction increase or decrease. A hypothesis that does not specify direction is null hypothesis, directional hypothesis, non-directional hypothesis, research hypothesis. The correct answer is option C, non-directional hypothesis. It predicts the relationship but does not indicate the direction of effect. Part of a research where methods are explained is introduction, review of literature, research methodology, summary. The correct answer is option C, research methodology. The methodology explains how the study was conducted, including design and sampling. A statement of what the research hopes to achieve is called hypothesis, objectives, problem statement, review. The correct answer is option B, objectives. Objectives decide the goals or aims of the research study. The population from which a sample is drawn is called target population, sample population, study group, variable. The correct answer is option A, target population. The target population includes all the individuals who fit the research criteria. A smaller group selected from the population for study is population, sample, control group, subset. The correct answer is option B, sample. A sample represents a portion of a population selected for research. The process of selecting a portion from the population is sampling, designing, interviewing, recording. The correct answer is option A, sampling. Sampling helps the researcher study a representative portion of the population. The simplest sampling method is stratified random sampling, simple random sampling, clustered sampling, systematic sampling, simple random sampling. In simple random sampling, every member has an equal chance of being selected. Stratified random sampling means selecting randomly from different groups. Selecting all members choosing based on convenience, selecting by intervals. Selecting randomly from different groups. The population is divided into subgroups, strata, and samples are taken from each. The sampling done for ease of access is random sampling, stratified sampling, convenience sampling, clustered sampling. The correct answer is option C, convenience sample. Convenience sampling select participants who are easily available. The sampling where every nth unit is selected is systematic sampling, stratified sampling, random sampling, clustered sampling. The correct answer is option A, systematic sampling. In systematic sampling, every nth person from a list is chosen. A study done to describe characteristics of a population is Descriptive research, experimental research, historical research, correlational research. The correct answer is option A, descriptive research. Descriptive research aims to describe facts or situations as they exist. The type of research that tests cause and effect relationship is descriptive, correlational, experimental survey. The correct answer is option C, experimental. Experimental research studies the effect of one variable on another. A study that looks into past records or events is historical research, descriptive research, experimental research, correlational research. The correct answer is option historical research. Historical research exams a study that looks into past records or events is historical research, descriptive research, experimental research, correlational research. The correct answer is option A, historical research. Historical research exam ex, a study that looks into past records or events is historical research, descriptive research, experimental research, correlation research. The correct answer is option historical research. Historical research examines past events to understand present condition. A study that identifies the relation between variables is descriptive, correlation, historical, experimental. The correct answer is option B, correlation. Correlation research explores how strongly variables are related. The type of research conducted to solve an immediate problem is pure research, basic research, applied research, historical research. The correct answer is option C, applied research. Applied research seeks practical solutions to real life situations. Research done to gain new knowledge without practical application. Applied research, basic or fundamental research, experimental research, descriptive research. The correct answer is option B, basic or fundamental research. Basic research aims to expand existing knowledge rather than solving problem. The type of research involving field observation is laboratory research, field research, experimental research, basic research. The correct answer is option B, field research. Field research is conducted in natural setting instead of laboratories. The research that uses both qualitative and quantitative method is descriptive, historical, mixed method research, applied research. The correct answer is option C, mixed method research. Mixed method combines numerical data and detailed descriptions for better result. The process of testing data for accuracy is editing, coding, sampling, tabulation. The correct answer is option editing. Editing ensures collecting data is complete, correct and consistent. Giving numbers or symbols to responses for analyzing is called editing, coding, tabulating, reviewing. The correct answer is option B, coding. Coding assigns numerical values to responses for easy computer analysis. The act of summarizing data in tables and charts is tabulation, coding, editing, reviewing. The correct answer is option tabulation. The tabulation arranges data systematically in rows and columns for analysis. The broad purpose of research is to make money, adding to knowledge and solve problem, support personal opinions, prepare records only. The correct answer is option B, add to knowledge and solve problems. Research aims to discover facts and develop new ideas that help improve nursing practice. The term variables means factors that can change or vary, fixed elements, hypothesis, population. The correct answer is option A, factors that can change or vary. Variables are characteristics or factors that can differ among individuals or situations. The variable that is measured to see the effect is independent variable, dependent variable, controlled variable, constant variable. The correct answer is option B, dependent variable. The dependent variable changes when the independent variable is altered. The variable that is manipulated or controlled by the researcher is dependent variable, independent variable, extraneous variable, constant. The correct answer is option B, independent variable. The independent variable is controlled by the researcher to see its effects on the dependent variable. Extraneous variable are variable not suited but affect result. Always dependent, the main variable fixed and constant. The correct answer is option A, variable not suited but affected result. Extraneous variables can interfere with the study outcome if not controlled. A written plan of how research will be conducted is research proposal, thesis, abstract, report. The correct answer is option A, research proposal. A research proposal outlines the objectives, design, and methods of study. The final report of a research study is known as synopsis, research report, abstract, hypothesis. The correct answer is option B, research report. A research report presents the findings, conclusions, and recommendations of a study. The section that gives background of the study is methodology, introduction, result, conclusion. The correct answer is option B, introduction. The introduction explains the purpose, need, and scope of the study. The detailed description of methods used in research is found in review of literature, methodology section, findings, abstract. The correct answer is option B, methodology section. The methodology explains how the research was carried out step by step. The part of research report where results are interpreted is data analysis, conclusion, discussion, abstract, literature review. The correct answer is option B, conclusion, discussion. The discussion explains the meaning and significance of the finding. The tentative explanation of an observation is called a hypothesis, assumption, theory. The correct answer is option B, hypothesis. The hypothesis offers a possible explanation that can be tested through research. The last step in research process is data analysis, interpretation and reporting, writing, sampling, designing. The correct answer is option B, interpretation and report writing. The final step is to interpret results and present them in a report. Research done to explore new areas where little is known as descriptive research, exploratory research, experimental research, applied research. The correct answer is option B, exploratory research. Exploratory research is done to gain insight into unexplored topics. The research that involves numbers and measurement is qualitative research, quantitative research, historical research, case study. The correct answer is option B, quantitative research. Quantitative research deals with numerical data and statistical analysis. Research that focuses on understanding human experiences is quality research, quantitative research, experimental research, correlation research. The correct answer is option A, qualitative research. Qualitative research studies emotions, opinions, and behaviors in depth. The term pilot study means final large scale research, small scale preliminary study, review of literature, research proposal. The correct answer is option B, small scale preliminary study. A pilot study helps test feasibility and identify problems before the main research. The degree to which an instrument measures what it is supposed to measure is reliability, validity, accuracy, consistency. The correct answer is option B, validity. Validity ensures that a tool actually measures the intended concept. The consistency of a measurement tool is called reliability, validity, accuracy, sensitivity. The correct answer is option A, reliability. Reliability means the instrument gives similar result on repeated use. The ethical principle that ensures participants know about the study is anonymity, confidentiality, informed consent, respect. The correct answer is option C, informed consent. Participant must be informed about the study before agreeing to join. Protecting participant identifying is known as confidentiality, privacy, anonymity, safety. The correct answer is option C, anonymity. Anonymity means the researcher cannot identify participant by name. Keeping participant information secret is informed consent, anonymity, confidentiality, accuracy. The correct answer is option C, confidentiality. Confidentiality ensures data about participant is not shared publicly. The main body responsible for ethical approval of research is Research Committee, Ethics Committee or Institutional Review Board, University Supervisor. The correct answer is option B, Ethics Committee or Institutional Review Board. The Ethics Committee reviews research proposal for ethical safety. The process of identifying possible mistakes before final submission is editing, coding, reviewing, tabulating. The correct answer is option editing. Editing helps remove spelling, grammar, and logical errors from reports. The type of data that can be counted or measured is qualitative data, quantitative data, subjective data, secondary data. The correct answer is option B, quantitative data. Quantitative data includes numbers, measurements, and statistics. The type of data that describes qualities and characteristics is quantitative data, qualitative data, primary data, secondary data. The correct answer is option B, qualitative data. Qualitative data expresses opinions, emotions, and experience in words. Thank you all.